Facts First presents. Jennifer from JAG is doing something else today. Before NCIS became so popular, people loved to watch JAG. The series ran for 227 episodes, and the show was seen in over 100 countries. The series finale was just as anticipated as The Sopranos finale. Fans were tuning in to see whether Mac or Ham would sacrifice their career for each other. Now, if you were a fan of the TV show JAG, you've probably wondered whatever became of those stars. If so, well, you've come to the right place. Here, you're going to find out where your favorite JAG stars are, what they're up to, and what's happening with their love lives. Before we get into our video, jump down to the comments and let us know if you were a fan of JAG. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. On JAG, Carrie Turner played Lieutenant Harriet Sims. Since the show ended, she has been a traveling stand-up comedian. She's extremely funny and very talented. She started traveling with Kathy Griffin and Michael McDonald to perform for the American troops. By 2012, she had completed a total of 13 USO tours. She's very patriotic and worked with the Nation Guard Young Challenge Program and the American Freedom Foundation. When she's not doing her part for the country, Carrie still is acting. She starred in Hurricane in the Rose Garden and also appeared in several TV shows, including Heroes. JAG may have ended, but Carrie's career hasn't. David James Elliott played Captain Harmon Rabb Jr., a.k.a. Ham, on the show. When the show ended, David didn't take any time off. Shortly after, he landed a role in the Canadian made-for-TV movie The Man Who Lost Himself. Nancy Chambers, David's former co-star and wife, also starred in the movie. When the movie wrapped, David's career didn't. He landed a role in the legal drama Close to Home. He also starred in The Guard and CSI. David also played John Wayne in Trumbo and stars in the popular TV show Mad Men. Patrick Levy Orto played Captain Bud J. Roberts on JAG. Since the show ended, you may not have seen his face on screen, but that doesn't mean he gave up acting. After JAG, he devoted himself to doing voiceover work. One of his best-known roles was Spider-Man in the Spider-Man the Animated Series. He's also been doing some work behind the camera. He and his wife, Tina Albanese, created and produced the show See Dad on Nick at Night, which was a huge hit. JAG fans were thrilled when they got to see Captain Bud Roberts again. When the series ended, he made 2 more appearances as his former JAG character on the spin-off series NCIS. Chuck Carrington played heartthrob Petty Officer First Class Jason Tyner. Jason attended law school and then left for Officer Candidate Training School. After leaving the show, Chuck landed the role of Rennie Jacobson in the horror movie The List. He also played Dan on Shameless. It may have been several years since JAG ended, but Chuck is still as handsome as ever. Scott Lawrence landed the role of Commander Sturgis on JAG, and then his career took off. When the show ended, he landed some pretty great roles. He played the crew chief in James Cameron's hit movie Avatar, and he played Maurice in The Social Network. If you really miss Commander Sturgis, you can still see him on episodes of JAG. He reprises his role in Season 8's episode, A Man Walks Into a Bar. Scott has also starred in Star Trek Into Darkness and Star Trek Voyager. He's very thankful for the character of Commander Sturgis in JAG. It's responsible for boosting his career. Zoe McLellan played Officer Jen on JAG. When the show ended, she didn't skip a beat when it came to her career. Right after the show ended, she starred in ABC's Dirty Sexy Money. Like some of her co-stars, she also joined the cast of NCIS New Orleans, where she played Meredith Brody. Before landing a regular role in Designated Survivor alongside Kiefer Sutherland, she had guest appearances on TV shows including The Mentalist and House. Randy Vasquez played Gunnery Sergeant Victor Galindez. Sadly, Sergeant Galindez died in the show, but fortunately we still can see Randy on TV. He starred in CSI Miami and played Lou Escobar in Bosch. Randy doesn't just work in front of the camera. He's done a lot of work behind the camera, too. In 2005, Randy directed the comedy drama Perceptions. Trevor Goddard played Lieutenant Commander Michael Brumby, a.k.a. Mike. Mike died on the show, and sadly Trevor died in real life. According to media reports, his death was the result of a drug overdose. His last on-screen appearance was in the Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Trevor's fans were devastated when they heard about his death. He was a talented actor and, from what we hear, a really nice guy. Stephen Culp played Mr. Clayton Webb on JAG. When the show ended, he didn't take a break. He starred in several shows, including NCIS, T24, and The West. He also landed plenty of guest roles on TV shows. His big break occurred when he started playing Rex Vandekamp on the TV hit show Desperate Housewives. Sadly, tragedy struck Stephen and his family in 2006. His stepsister and her entire family were brutally murdered. Fortunately, the two men responsible and several accomplices were convicted of this horrific crime, and they'll spend the rest of their lives in jail. One of the darkest times in Stephen Culp's life. Nancy Chambers played Lieutenant Lauren Singer on JAG. She and David James Elliott fell in love and they got married in 1992. The couple is still happily married today. When JAG ended, Nancy landed roles in several shows, including Save Our Souls and The Stranger I Married. Paul Collins played Secretary of the Navy Alexander Nelson on JAG. When JAG ended, Paul didn't slow down, and his career continued to flourish. He starred in plenty of TV shows and movies, including Boston Legal and The West Wing. He also starred in Sons of Anarchy, The Good Wife, Show Me a Hero, and Elementary. Michael Belisario played Midshipman Third Class Michael Roberts, a.k.a. Mikey, on JAG. He's also the son of the man who created the show. When JAG ended, Michael landed the role of a lab assistant on NCIS and in 2 episodes of Quantum Leap. Michael isn't the only actor in the family. His stepsister, Troyan Avery Belisario, played Spencer on Pretty Little Liars. Michael and Torian are very close. Cindy Ambule's career started when she landed the role of Renee Peterson on JAG. When the show ended, she wasn't ready to give up acting and she landed a role on the CBS daytime soap opera The Bold and the Beautiful. Cindy didn't devote her life to acting, though. She also managed to find love. She's married to Don Diamond, who's also an actor. The couple share twin sons, and Cindy couldn't be happier. Harrison Paige played Rear Admiral Styles Morris on JAG. When the show ended, he kept up with his career. He played in Players at the Poker Palace, Grey's Anatomy, and he had guest roles on a few other shows. Harrison also found love. After dating for a while, he married Christina Giles, and the two are deeply in love. Jennifer Savage played Commander Amy Helfman on JAG. When the show ended, she continued to land roles on TV shows. The most recent role was Ruth in ABC's American Crime. Jennifer also got married when the show ended. She fell in love with former actor Robert Fuller, and the two married shortly thereafter. Jennifer from JAG, she's doing something else today. She's focusing on her family. If you don't remember seeing Tracy Needham on JAG, it could be because she was only in the first season of the show. She played Megan Austin, also known as Meg. When her role on the show ended, Tracy landed a few other roles. She played Inspector Candice DeLorenzo in The Division and had a role on Veronica Mars. Today she's married to Tommy Hinckley and the couple have a daughter together. Tracy hasn't been doing much acting. She's focusing more on her family now. AnneMarie Johnson played Congresswoman Roberta Latham on JAG. After JAG ended, AnneMarie had guest roles in a lot of popular shows including Boston Legal, Pretty Little Liars, and Grey's Anatomy. She also had a recurring role in Disney's That's So Raven. More recently, you can see AnneMarie in Wet Hot American Summer, 10 years later, also in Murder in the First. Isabella Hoffman played Professor Meredith Kavanaugh in the last couple of seasons of JAG. When the show ended, she appeared in episodes of NCIS as well. More recently, she played Clarissa Stein in 3 episodes of The Flash and starred in 2 episodes of Legends of Tomorrow. Isabella and Daniel Baldwin have been dating since the 90s, but they've never taken that leap into marriage. They also have 2 children together. David Andrews played Major General Gordon Cresswell, also known as Biff. After his role in JAG ended, he didn't take a break from acting. He starred in several TV shows, including Crisis and Brothers and Sisters. In The Whisperers, he played Secretary Fromer, and more recently, he starred in an episode of How to Get Away with Murder. Subscribe for more!